Yo, what's up, guys? Um, I just had some ramen. I was eating some ramen earlier, and I finished it. It was pretty good, but I'm just, you know, in my little den, lifing it up. um, Something I realized is that people aren't as powerful as they, as they seem to be. As I'm watching life and just analyzing it and just looking at things and all these different kind of things, it just makes me just question things and wonder why things are the way they are and why people are the way they are. Something that fascinates me is, wait, why am I being so loud? It's really late. I'm sorry, cousin. Something that fascinates me is just seeing how people with like power, like organizations and stuff like that, they like, how can I say it? Because I don't really have the words. My vocabulary is not really good. But like, it's so like, I feel like it's correspondence. Like a lot of these people, they make it seem like, oh yeah, I'm the shit. Like, it's kind of like what I was saying in the in the gambling video, right? In the gambling investment video, whatever. And I was pretty much saying how like people who like, are so trying to get a quick buck and hustling and everything like that, they often attract people who are doing the same thing but at a higher level, correspondence. So like I feel like people who like come into these positions and oh, I got this like acting thing or this like music thing or this like fashion thing, and it's like really core like condescending energy, and they kind of make it seem like they're like better than people or they're shit or whatever. But really, when I see it like for what it's, when I see it for the bigger picture of it, it seems like they're just aligned with people who think like them at a higher level. So like the people that they work under or whatever have like the same condescending energy, and they just like throw them a bone. And I don't know, it's really interesting seeing the stuff that they create, because it's so fake and it's just so condescending and it's just so like broken and just like it's weird, it's just missing. But like it's just so interesting just seeing some of these things and just seeing people think they're like, so important or interesting or special or whatever. But when everything is just so superficial and just pretty much just missing, it's broken, it's not really hitting, it's not really. It's so interesting how people surround themselves with people and they don't realize. I guess people don't take the time to really know themselves. I guess maybe that's what it is. They don't take the time to know themselves, or they're in denial, and they think that like they don't realize that a lot of people that they surround themselves with are similar to them in different ways. This is why a lot of people, they project themselves at you, and they're like, oh, like it's like a lot of people tell me, oh, people are heartless or mean or they won't help you, or they only care about money or this or that or whatever. Yeah, maybe in your world, because when I look at you, that seems to be your character. It seems like you don't really care about people when we interact. You don't really care about me. All you focus on is money, and you're a really selfish person. So it makes sense for you to attract those people, because when we're in a room together, you can't even acknowledge me or respect me or treat me right. So the only people that you can treat right are people who are like you. And then you think that those people won't shark you or like turn against you, when I don't see why they want it. You know what I mean? It's so interesting. It's just so interesting watching people create their own worlds and seeing what they do with the power. I find it really interesting. I mean, it's kind of fucked up, but it's just my nature. But like, I find it interesting seeing people with power and just seeing what they do with it. Like, what are you gonna do with that power now? It's like, cool, you have power. Are you gonna let it go to your head? Are you gonna like? Oh, that's so cool. It's so cool. Whoa. So I'm having fun with these cards. But yeah, it's just so interesting seeing what people do with the power that they're granted. Um but people really don't realize that like when you go outside and you start living your life and you get involved in business ventures or you create friend groups or whatever, you can only attract people and tolerate people who correspond with you. Even if it's in small ways, you can only be with people who correspond with you. It's like my grandma. Like, I remember she was complaining to me about like this coworker she had, and she was like really like devious and all these different kind of things, right? But and she would complain about her because she was just like really wicked in nature and all these different kind of things. But the thing that my grandma doesn't realize is that she corresponds with her. She's just showing you, she's just mirroring your darker side, the side that you refuse to acknowledge, the side that you don't believe exists, but it does exist. And the universe is showing you a mirror of that within someone else. You never thought about that. But most people don't think about these things because they don't even know who they are, you know? So how can you know these things if you don't take the time to know who you are? You ignore, you think you're perfect, you think that you don't have these sides, these aspects of yourself. When you do. Your life is just one fat ass mirror of yourself. That's why like a lot of people, it annoys me when people like try to tell me this is my reality or this will happen or that will happen. No. But because that happened to you, we're not the same people. You don't know how this life shit works. You don't understand the power that you hold. That's why you're creating all these weird things going on, because you're killing yourself and you're creating these worlds for yourself and not realizing that you have power within you and you can attract whatever you want to attract. And you attract whatever you are. So when I go outside, I don't attract people who try to snake me. I don't attract people who are fake to me. I don't attract people who lie to me. I don't attract selfish people. I don't attract any of those kind of things. I attract people who are genuine and care about me and love me, because that's my energy. You attract the people who are similar to you. We all create our own worlds, man. So like that's why like when I look at people create stuff and the people they associate with themselves with and everything like that, that's like with me. You can learn a lot about someone just by the people around them. Because the people around them, like I keep saying, correspondence. Correspondence is a really great way to read a room. People who they're around. If someone is this really genuine person that wouldn't harm anyone or whatever, then they wouldn't surround themselves with anyone who does, unless they have thoughts or a side of them that does. So then they have someone around them who kind of shows them that aspect of themselves a little bit. It's so interesting. You guys don't understand these things. It's really interesting. Correspondence, man. That's law of correspondence. You know? It's like with I guess is there anything else I can use as a metaphor? As a reference? Nah. So it's a spoiler, but I really don't care. One Piece. So like where One Piece is at right now, I'm not gonna say much. I just want to use this as a metaphor, but there's a character, who's like a scientist or whatever, and he pretty much put his consciousness into what I think is like seven. I think it's like seven different beings, and it's really interesting because they're all different aspects of him. Like he has hate, he has love, he has all these different kind of things. It's like that. Or another thing is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, right? Where father with the homunculus, whatever the fuck, those things, where they're all like his sins, right? And the seven sins. So they're just aspects of him, pretty much. But that's pretty much what I'm trying to say. And you still have that guy. So that's kind of like how our friend groups and all these different kind of things are created. We surround ourselves with people who fit these different kind of aspects of us. And depending on what kind of person you are, if you're more of a really selfish and just like, closed-minded person, you don't want to associate yourself with anyone who doesn't fit or if you're like more selfish or narcissistic, you don't want to associate yourself with anyone who doesn't fit any of your personalities. It's like with my female cousin, like she doesn't want to be around me because I don't fit any of her personalities. So she doesn't understand me. She doesn't want to understand me because I don't fit any of that. We can't correspond with each other because we don't understand each other. There's certain aspects that we understand each other with, but it's not strong enough to where she wants to correspond with me, Correspondence is a really powerful thing. You can learn so much about everything with correspondence, That's something that, like, lawyers can learn so much, like the court systems and all these different kind of things. They can learn so much if they look into the universal laws. You can find so much, man. You can learn so much about everything if you tie spirituality with stuff, because everything's out in the open. Everything's a testimony. Everything's a testimony. Everything. Art itself is a testimony. Everything's so interesting to me. It's so cool. But yeah, it's just so interesting. Just like, I find it really important to know who you are, understand the aspects of yourself. It's okay to have these different aspects of yourself, the negative aspects, the positive aspects, but the thing that's really important is to know yourself and to cultivate these aspects and to cultivate them in a way to where it's healthy. So, when I correspond to people, certain aspects of myself, like the negative sides and all these different kind of sides that people correspond with, it's not going to be anything hateful. It's not going to be anything violent. It's not going to be anything corrupted or anything like that, because I sat with myself and I learned about these aspects within myself, and I took the time to make it where these aspects are healthy. Every aspect of yourself can be healthy. It's okay to be selfish. It's okay to be defensive. It's okay to be fearful. It's okay to be violent. It's okay to be aggressive. It's okay to have a thrill-seeking side, a pleasure, all these different things. It's okay. But there's moderation that needs to come into play. There's discipline that needs to come into play. All these different things. Anything in excess is bad. Anything in lack is not good either. We need everything. These aspects are good. That's the reason why we have them. We wouldn't have them if they weren't necessary. I like how they just ricochet off each other. It's so cool. But yeah, But it's about disciplining and learning and cultivating these things and understanding these things about ourselves. So I make it to where every aspect of myself is healthy. I sit and I wonder, I have an evil side to me. I'm half evil, Does that mean I'm going around torturing people and tormenting people? No. I understand why I have this aspect of me. It's to put corruption in check. It's not to harm others or anything like that, but it's to protect what I care about and protect myself. So it comes out towards those that are no good for me. If I didn't have this evil side of me, from the way how I see my childhood, I have family who attack me and use me and manipulate me and all these different kind of things for being too kind to them, right? So it shows me if you don't have a side that protects yourself, then people are just going to do whatever they want to you. You know? So you need that evil side as well. You need everything. But the thing about it is discipline, moderation. You know, self-mastery is a really important thing. It's really important to master yourself and understand yourself. Most of you people don't understand anything about yourself. And you try to look out all the time, but you need to look in. You know? That's why for me, I don't get upset if I'm alone. I don't get upset if I'm interested in a woman and she's not interested in me. I'm not upset if someone cheats on me. I'm not upset if someone abandons me anymore. I'm not upset about these things, you know, because I have myself. It's important to really realize that. And something I realized too is that, like, you know, no matter what, as long as you don't, like, sell or betray your soul will always be there for you. And that's something that, like, I've known and I've learned really well, to just really understand yourself and love yourself and be there for yourself and not focus too much on everything else. Focus more on yourself so that you can be healthy, happy, and everything like that. We try to fit into a world where everything is just, it's just an illusion. Nothing's really real out here, you know? Everyone just wants to fit in with each other. No one's brave enough to stand up for themselves or embrace themselves. It's really interesting. But yeah, just watching all these people that, you know, everyone's like, oh yeah, these famous people and everything like that. And I look at them and I just see them, how they carry themselves and everything like that. I see fear in them. You know, I see them, I feel energy of them being controlled. I see them unsure, insecurity, all these different kind of things. To most people, they can't pick up on these things and tell that they're insecure or that they're not as strong as they perceive themselves to be. But I can pick up on it. You know, I get bored, man, just watching all this stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to say that. But yeah, this is just life right now. Woo! Yeah, man. I want to go to every theme park. Well, not like every theme park. There's a lot of, like, bullshit theme parks. I want to go to a bunch of theme parks. I remember going to theme parks when I was young with my cousins. We used to go. The church used to take us every year. It was like a field trip. We used to go with my cousins. It was really fun. It was a really grand time. Man, I remember I used to have a lot of fun with my cousins. I remember we used to be really big into, like, wrestling. Oh my gosh. I remember my brother too. I used to always practice wrestling moves. My little brother. Oh man, that was fun. But yeah, you know, for me, like, I always, like, been the kind of person just to enjoy my life. Since I was little, especially since, like, it's different. I came up from a different era. I know I'm Gen Z, but I'm a early Gen Z. You know, I'm 97, so, like, I grew up without phones, like, you know, like, smartphones came out, like, smartphones started becoming really, like, more mainstream, like, 13 years ago. So that's practically half my life. And computers I didn't have a computer until like the 2000s, like mid 2000s. I used to play so many Flash games when I was younger. I remember those days. But like, um, I didn't really have it where like I was always seeing all this stuff, what everyone's doing and everything like that. I used to just be focused on my own life. So like I feel like it's kind of hard for some people to enjoy their lives and just focus on themselves when you're constantly seeing all these other people. For me, when I was younger, I was just locked in on me. That's why, like, for me, it was easier for me to be myself because, like, the only time when, like, I wasn't really around people like that, everyone I was around were just themselves, or the kids and stuff didn't really care about me being myself. And they liked a lot of stuff I was into, but and there was no like smartphones. Like, you see all these kids are always on their phones looking at what everyone else is doing all the time. But when I was younger, you just lock in the moment and you just enjoy the people who you're around. And I feel like that's like not really good. I feel like it's awesome that a lot of us are like closer and everything like that because of the internet and smartphones and stuff like that. But also, it's really important to just be comfortable with your life, the present moment, be comfortable with who you are, what you're doing, and everything like that. You don't always need validation. People are looking for constant validation. Validate yourself. If you're having fun doing what you're doing and you're happy, then do that. But if you're not happy, then you need to find a way to be happy. Looking for validation from other people isn't what's gonna make you happy. Trust me, it's just gonna make you empty. It's just like a drug. It's a constant chase, a constant high you're looking for. Because ultimately you're looking for like millions of people to get validation from, but it never ends. I just watch it. I watch you guys. You get all this validation from millions of people, and then you're still empty. Because those millions of people are just random people. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day. What matters is yourself. It's your opinion. It's how you feel about yourself. And a lot of people want the validation from family or like parents and stuff like that because they come from them. They're directly from them. Those are the people that they're supposed to raise them and love and everything like that. So that's why their opinions matter a lot. Or people who raise you, mentor you, or whatever, or that you can see yourself in, because they're reflections of you, right? So everything always comes back to you. So it's really important to just enjoy yourself and appreciate yourself. So I don't really let any of this shit get to me. I never really cared enough, to be honest. I always just enjoyed myself. It was always like family and stuff like that. Like, oh, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. They always try to like make me fit in more with like impressing others. I never really give a fuck. I'm just gonna forget about them. I don't care. I just want to enjoy my life and have fun. That's how I always have been. Me looking like this. I remember I used to get in trouble because like I wouldn't brush my hair. Because my hair, when I was little, I wouldn't brush my hair. I would just be walking around, whatever. I just didn't care. I just really didn't care that much when I was little. Because like I just didn't really care about impressing others. I just want to enjoy myself. But it's a reflection of you to the parents' reflection and all these different kind of things. But like as long as you're not doing anything wrong, I don't see why it matters. Like I like the parents who like, I see some parents like they'll just have their kids just like fucking dressed up as like characters and shit, or just wearing pajamas, or just being themselves or whatever. Just let them just be themselves and not really care that much, because they don't feel embarrassed or whatever, because they don't feel insecure. Those are their kids. They love them for who they are. Not supposed to try to change people and force them to be a way so you can impress people who don't matter. All this shit is just warped and it's just boring. It's just so boring because it's taking us back to where we need to be. So it's just boring to me. It's distorted and boring. All this stuff is just so insecure. No one's happy. And then you gotta pick up on that energy. It's so fucking annoying, man. Sometimes I really wish that you could have solo life. I'm serious. That's just how I feel. That's just the truth. That's my truth. Hey, Ace of Cups. Yeah, I wish I could solo life sometimes, but I can't. That's not what I'm meant to do. But it's like a fan. It's like a fan. Look how fast that is. It's so cool. It's so cool. Oh no, I fucked it up. Oh man. But yeah. Wait, fuck. Where's the other card? Alucard. Symphony of the Night. Oh my gosh, I love that game. But yeah, maybe I feel like that's the reason why I can't get in a relationship. Cause I'm just constantly surrounded with women who are like, come across women who aren't really that secure within themselves. It doesn't bother me. I don't really care. I'm fine with or without, whoever. I got myself. I'm in a full-blown relationship with me. It's healthy. It's a healthy relationship. It's not like a narcissistic one or anything like that. It's just healthy. I just appreciate myself. I really do. I feel like I can do a lot, and I've overcame a lot, and I don't see anyone that can match that. So I know there's people who can in the future, but like so far I don't see that. So I guess the more I come across people who just don't match me, just makes me more appreciative of me, because I just realize, wow, they can't even do the bare minimum of what I'm doing. So like, I should be more appreciative of myself. But yeah, it's just really interesting trying to make sense of this world, through all this deceit and everything like that. It's sad, people have this power and they don't know what to do with it, and they're killing themselves, and they're creating these worlds for themselves. For me, like, I don't ever get upset. Like, there's been so many times where like I feel a connect, because I'm intuitive. I felt connections with people, like say cousins, like my cousins here, or women that I feel like I'm supposed to be in a relationship with or whatever, but they choose the other route, or like this karmic route or whatever. I don't really get upset about it. Everyone is the master of their own fate and their own lives. Whatever happens to them happens to them. That's what they want to do. All I can do is just throw advice towards them and just hope that things work out for them. But for me, I don't really get upset at things like that, because regardless of what, I'm going to end up in a situation that's going to benefit me and be good for me, because that's what I deserve. So I'm going to get it with or without that person. So I don't ever focus on things I can't control. I just focus on what I can control. I don't really care. I don't give a fuck. If I can't control it, I don't give a fuck. It doesn't matter, because it's not for me to focus on. I only focus on what I can control. So if I can control things, then I'm all on it. I'm gonna try to make it to where I want it to be. But if it's something that's not for me to control, it's up to someone else, it's someone else's fate, then that's just something that I just distance myself from, and I just don't think about it. Yeah. Man, time's just been going by so fast. And I'm not saying that in like a, oh my gosh, time's going. No, it's not that. It's just more so just like, I just feel like every day has just been like the same. I've just been in this room, working on my skills and just thinking about the way life is and what I want for my future and all these different kind of things. It just seems like the same thing over and over again. It's almost May. It's halfway through April. That was really fast. But I mean, I guess time goes by when you're not living a life that's eventful. But yeah. Even though I haven't been living an eventful life, I'm still so drained. My energy is just not where I want it to be. So I pick up on all the energy here. It's exhausting. It really is, but it is what it is. But yeah. Learn about the universal laws. It can save your life. It can empower your life. And yeah, self-mastery is really important. Master yourself, know yourself, understand yourself. Don't project your perspective upon others. Instead, let them know about what you're going through or how life has been for you so that they can prevent that from happening to them. And then listen to what happened to their perspective. Everyone's perspective is different. A lot of people think everyone's perspective is the same, but it's not the same because we all create our own worlds. No one's perspective is the same. It could be similar, but no one perspective is the same. It's impossible. It can't be. It's not supposed to be. No matter how hard you try, it won't be. It'll be different in ways. It can be similar, but it will never be the exact same. Everyone has their own unique path, their own unique perspective, their own unique story. Oh, man. I was watching a Miranda Cosgrove interview. Oh, like Kelly Clarkson, and like she said she had like sleep paralysis. I remember Jisoo said she had like sleep paralysis. I didn't know what sleep paralysis was. I didn't realize I've been having sleep paralysis like at least like once a week. I feel like the reason why I have sleep paralysis is probably because my grandma keeps waking me up in the middle of my sleep, and that makes me like that fucks with me. I feel like that's what happens. I feel like because she already stresses me out, and then like she keeps waking me up. Like she'll see me sleeping, and then she'll like give me like food or some shit, and wake me up, and then put it in the chair, or she'll like wake me up and ask me something, or something. Like she just likes to wake me up a lot. Yeah, she complains that I sleep all the time. But the reason why I sleep so much is because my energy is so drained from her. Like, it's so drained. It really is. And also, my body's still recovering from my injuries. Sleeping is the way how I can replenish my energy. So I like to sleep. It helps me replenish my energy. And also, I've just been trying to figure out, like, my future. Dealing with my grandma and going through all these spiritual awakenings and trying to map out my future and then seeing all this stuff on my phone and just realizing all these things is exhausting. It's extremely exhausting. No one really understands these things because no one really takes the time to understand my perspective. They only care about their own. It is what it is. I expect that from people. It is what it is. It's something I expect. Yeah, but back to sleep paralysis. Yeah, like, I didn't realize, like, for me, like, I didn't know this is sleep paralysis. And then sometimes, like, I'll be sleeping, right? And then, like, I'll be dreaming. And then, like, my eyes will be open. Like I'll be like eyes will be open and I might be like moving and stuff like that. And I'm looking at the room, but like I'm mentally like still in the dream world. But like I'm still kind of like sleep, but like my eye like it's like I don't really remember my eyes. Like I remember my eyes being open briefly, but like I still mentally like I don't see it anymore, the dream world, but I'm mentally still in it. It's like really weird. I noticed that happened to me like a lot. I never really thought anything of it. See, like that's just the kind of personality I have because that's the personality I adapted. That's what I'm getting. I'm trying to get used to talking more about my experiences. But like when things happen, abnormal things happen to me, I just go with it. I don't really think about it. If I'm going through something, if someone's not treating me right, or if I'm going through a tough time or whatever, I just go with it. I don't really think much about it because I never really had anyone to talk to about it. No one really cared. And I'm not gonna fucking dwell on it because I want to keep going. I want to keep accelerating. So I'm like, fuck it. I'm not dead. I'm healthy still. You know, it is what it is. I'll just keep going. No one cares. No one wants to listen. So I'll just keep going. But that's why like I'm trying to tell this more on the internet so people can understand me more and so they can understand themselves a bit more too. Um, but yeah, uh, sleep paralysis. I've been having that shit a lot. But I just never thought about it. I just didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I'm just like, okay, just something I'm acting crazy or some shit. I don't really know. I'm alive, so fuck it. I don't really think too much about things. I just never really had. I always just had a selfish mind. I always focused more on everyone else's problems. You know, or my cousin, my male cousin, got on me. He was like, "Why do you chose?" He was making it seem like I chose to like focus on other people's problems or whatever. But no, this is just people see how kind I am. We're not the same person. You're not as kind as I am. People see my kindness and they take it as a weakness and they try to manipulate me and try to use me to do whatever they want me to do. Like I have an INFP personality. Like for my personality, I need to be protected. 'Cause I have a really selfless personality. Like I'll lay down everything for people. That's just the personality I have. That's just my personality. I'm not as kind to like once you cross me, I don't care about you. But like if you're supposed to be someone I care about, then like really that cares about me, then like yeah, I'm really I'm good to you. But a lot of people just like to manipulate that, and I just watch my grandma, like whenever she just manipulates the fuck out of me. Like she's been like I don't even know. I try so much to give people chances and try to see through things, but like I can just tell. Like, dude, you can't buy your way into heaven. She tries to buy everything, or buy food and all these different kind of things. They, like kiss up, and then it's always just like I can. It's just, bro. Like life is so uncomfortable when you can just read everything. You can just read everything, and then you have to pretend like it's not this or it's not that because you have to play at their rules because of the circumstances when you know what the fuck is up. But like if you try to talk to them about what's real, like they try to backpedal and all these different things and use all these technicalities, and it's exhausting as fuck. That's why I'm so fucking tired. Like this shit's like a fucking it's like, bro, it's like it feels like I've been in like the mental and the spiritual Olympics since I got here. Like like, like I'm so tired. I'm tired. But yeah, it is, dude. And then when you start standing up for yourself and then saying no to things, that's when they start getting upset and then wanting to turn against you and all these different things. I just want some peace. I don't want peace. I want to rest. I want peace. I'm so good to people. Why can't people be good to me? I don't understand. It's not fair, but it's educational. I'm learning about humans. Yay. But I want to learn about love. I want to be loved correctly. Yeah. I don't want food. I want love. I want real love. Yeah. It's so boring. All this is so boring. It's boring. I'm gonna go to sleep. Yeah. I talked enough. Yeah. I'll say it again. I don't want any romantic relationships with anybody. I'm too young. I'm still trying to figure out things and stuff and what I want in my life and all these different kind of things. I'm only 25. I haven't even begun my life yet. I'm a fetus. So I'm still a fetus. I haven't begun my life. I'm only 2'5". 2'5", 2'5", double five, 2'5". Yeah. But you guys take it easy. I love you all. No, I don't want a relationship with you. You're beautiful, mind, body, and spirit, but I don't want a relationship with you. I don't want one. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't need it. I don't want it. I don't want it. But yeah. Take care. Oh, that was a good stretch. Good night. Love you all. Bye. Take care. Wait. Yeah. Wait, how do I do it? I don't even remember. I'm so tired. Wait. Oh, dude. That. Okay. I'm forgetting things. I'm like, yeah, I'm tired and I'm thinking. Thinking and I'm tired. And